Hi there YouTube, Mark Verheeren, and I currently have two GameMIDs. Yeah, the device really is common. My version has a blue dot, and this is actually for the creator of the RetroArch emulator. This video actually I'm making because I really found out something amazing. And that's the fact that it is actually possible to play PlayStation 2 games, PSP games, sorry, on this system at quite a decent speed actually. And I do so by the PSP Emulator. And you can actually use a bit of software to transfer the games from your PSP to this system, and I did so with a couple of games that I actually own, and I thought it would be very nice to show you a bit of Ridge Racer on the PSP because yeah, I really like the game. So let's go take a look, and I'll use the AverMedia to grab the HDMI and yeah, just to show you that Ridge Racer really works. So here you have the Bandai games, which is cool is actually the fact that yes. Let's see how it runs. Okay, so here we are again with the GameMID, and let me see to make sure that you guys actually see that I'm running this on the GameMID. You can actually see the GameMID BT model number. So what is cool is the fact that I got some emulators running, and the PlayStation Portable Emulator is actually quite fancy. The cool thing about this new firmware is actually that you can get rid of the bar, which is actually quite amazing because you get full speed, but you get full screen emulation. So yeah, let's run the PSP Gold. Not all emulators function well because you can actually see that there's this blue bar in front, but whoops. Back. Actually, the proper way to get this running is actually by, well, some specific settings that you cannot find online. But this emulator really is capable of running some full speed games. And a game that I really wanted to try is this game, and that is Ridge Racer 2 on the PlayStation Portable, to show you how well it actually performs on well, standard, and this is not even a Tegra chipset, mind you. This is the GameMID with very nice hardware actually. And the thing is, I didn't have to use any configuration of the buttons because it really works with all the buttons. It really works with all the buttons out of the box. So yeah, let's do my name, Lacto, to give you an impression of how speedy this actually runs, and starts to finish. Yep, like to proceed, overwrite the data. Yeah, why not? Turn autosave on, yes, why not? So let's go World Tour and select a race. And basic tour, the seaside route. And yeah, as you can see, there's a bit of stuttering. I mean, it's not completely full speed. This is the current version 1.0 what is it, 0.8 I believe, and there's a quick update coming sooner. And as you can see, this is actually running in a higher resolution than a native PlayStation Portable. So it gives you better graphics than the original. And yeah, let's just... And there are some frame rate issues, and as you can see, the graphics are a bit... well, there are some issues. As you can see, the back screen mirror isn't working yet, and there's some lines, horizontal lines, vertical lines, but just as you can see, it's pretty passable right now with the music working okay. And yeah, the triggers on the GameMID are actually the same as the triggers on the PSP. And the funny thing is that the GameMID really has buttons that feel very much like the PlayStation Portable. And you can also use the analog stick. And in this game, I actually prefer to use the thumb pad. Not sure why, but so this is me using the analog stick, which actually works quite well. The analog stick on the GameMID is actually very similar to that on the PlayStation Portable, with the bonus that this device actually has two. But as you can see, the graphics are very pretty much upscaled, and it's actually running a little bit slower, I guess, now, because it is. I can use the nitrous. So there are some frame rate issues, but the next version, which is supposed to be version, what is it, 0.9, it is supposed to have some serious speed increases on all platforms. This is actually available on Android, on Windows, and I believe also Mac OS or OS X. I'm not sure about Linux, but it's pretty much a portable emulator. And yeah, I own this game, so I'll show you the box. So, whoa, yeah. Talking and playing. You can also change the view for, I guess, for a lot of the viewers. Actually, looking at this in this mode, it's actually more interesting because it's less sickening. People get car sick by just watching yeah. So it's not completely there yet, but I reckon version 0.9 will probably make me a lot happier. And there are games that run pretty well like this, and there's games that run less well. Compatibility is quite high, and yeah, I commend the author of this emulator for his work, because it's really it's nice to be able to play the games on a different device. You can actually also play the games that you downloaded on your memory stick. You can actually have them running on this as well, because you can just import the files and put them in a special folder on this device, and you can actually are free to run your games on the device that you want. Of course, I do not condone downloading ISOs of the web, but creating your own ISOs is possible with special software. You do need to jailbreak, as it were, your PlayStation Portable device, which is legal in quite a few bits of the world. It may be illegal in your neck of the woods, but in my neck of the woods, it's possible to make backup copies of games. And yeah, I did with this game, with this UMD. And so I'm playing this on a high resolution. Well, yeah, and it looks very cool. And I actually made a second, and you can actually see some sort of tiling effect. And yeah, I was amazed by how this worked. I didn't expect this to actually be full speed. I didn't expect this to actually be as good as it is, like it is, because it's really is ray traced, and I'm able to play this on the big screen even. That my old PlayStation Portable 1000 model is not capable of doing. Only the newer models are capable of outputting it to HDMI, so it actually enhances the experience. Makes you wonder, I mean, if this is possible on an Android device, why isn't this possible on the PlayStation 3 itself? I mean, it would be very cool to be able to play the PlayStation Portable games like this in high resolution. And you can upscale the textures and stuff and all sorts of things. But yeah, it really shows you that that some of the textures really are of a higher quality than you would actually expect them to be. Even the tree textures are pretty much very high quality. This is actually the second track that you can also find in Ridge Racer Type 4. And this actually looks very, very cool. You can have long drifts. But yeah, this is just to show you guys what is possible with Android. And in a way, this almost runs better than PlayStation 1 emulation. I'm not sure how this dude did it, but I think it's freaking awesome. And it really is a way to preserve the old PlayStation Portable games because, well, they will, of course, cease to be someday in the future. Perhaps the PlayStation 4 will actually offer a way to play these old games. Use the PlayStation Portable as a UMD reader, and just have the encrypted on the PlayStation 4 or whatever. So it's not completely full speed. There are some graphical glitches here and there, but yeah, as you can see, there's some sort of overlay when you use the nitrous, and then you actually see some lines appear. Some games look as good as the original. They have no graphical issues, but run slower. And this one, well, runs pretty fast, but there are some graphical graphical itches. Yeah, my retinas are itching by looking at this game, but yeah, I thought this was just freaking awesome. And for me, another cool way to show what this GameMID device is capable of. From what I understand, the units are now sold in France or brought to the market in France, and they are called the Tek 807d or something. The French really have it tough because there's a lot of French laws that actually make it mandatory to install certain bits of the OS and the applied applications in a portion of the memory that is non-user erasable. They in France they actually have less memory available on an 8 gigabyte system than would be the case in other parts of the world. This device is supposed to come to the Netherlands and other vendors, and I believe the seller is actually looking for a vendor in the US. The second unit I got has passed a lot of certifications, and if anybody knows about a vendor that is actually willing to bring this to the American market, well, get in touch with the producer, because they really are looking for a distributor in the US. So if you know anyone, and of course, if you distribute it, the way that these things work, from what I heard, is that there's a minimal number of units that need to be produced in order to bring them to the market. It has to be several thousands, I believe, because otherwise it's not. It's just not possible to run fewer numbers, because then the cost goes up tremendously. But I have no. I mean, I'm not connected to the company, but I just know the guy that runs the company, and yeah, I think this is a very cool device. I've gotten to know the guy from the company actually, but this is a very cool device, and actually it shows off the capabilities. I should, I should try to run this on the Archos Gamepad, because it should be capable of something similar, I think. And of course, the GameMID 7300B should be able to run this at a decent speed as well. So, yeah, perhaps Rob, Maximum Ideas, could try this out. He has PlayStation Portable games, and he has a GameMID 7300B. So it would be cool to see if he manages to get a game like this running on there. Mind you, because I'm using HDMI out, little processing power is divided up by outputting it to two screens. You can actually turn off the internal screen and just output to the external screen. I believe I think I'll put a link to a video from a very cool YouTuber who does a lot of Android videos. I'll put that down below, because he actually tried this out on the Ouya, which actually runs pretty decent, I think. And I'll put down a link to his video down below. And shout out to you, my friend, because he's making awesome Android-based videos and really deserves more viewers. He owns the new Nexus. He owns the new Nexus 7 2013 edition, which is awesome. And he made some videos and made some emulation and gameplay videos on that as well. So yeah, I actually finished second yet again. Yeah, and as you can see by the textures, some textures are really good, and the other ones, like on the bumpers of the car, are of lesser quality. But yeah, as you can see, this runs pretty good, and perhaps I should show you the settings that I used. I enabled the sound, I stretched to display, hardware transformed, frame skipping to auto. If you turn it down to less, it does all the frames, but it just grinds down to a slower performance. And perhaps in a newer version, it will be possible to have this output at a better frame rate. But yeah, press the settings, the audio. Yeah, there are people that say just don't enable the 8-track plugin, or don't enable the sound, but I like the sound and it works pretty cool. Back, the graphic settings, well, hardware transform, vertex, cache, the mid mapping, the rest I'll leave unchecked, this also unchecked, and the frame skipping, well, that's also available in another setting that's set to 3, that's automatic. So yeah, basically those are the graphic settings. The system settings, dynamic JIT compilation, the fast memory, it's kind of unstable, because if you turn it on, more games run, but they do run at a slower pace. So perhaps this is actually different in the newer version, not sure. Yeah, you can have it in different languages. The controls, on-screen controls, if you are running it on a regular Android device without physical buttons, you can tap on-screen controls. I don't. Tilt to analog, you can have it running on a Galaxy or Galaxy Note or whatever. And a developer dump next frame log. Not sure. I'm not dumping anything. But yeah, it's cool. It's a cool emulator, and if you own an Android device, this is version 1. What is it? 0.8.1. Yeah, Hendrik, very cool, and all the people that are working on this emulator. I think it's an amazing feat to be able to have something that's in between a PlayStation 1 and 2, I think, running on Android, which makes you think, will PlayStation 2 be portable? Well, the fact that the PlayStation Portable is actually running on an Android, on an ARM-based processor, not too fast is probably what actually makes this possible. But yeah, well, you've seen the credits. I'm signing out, and I'll be back with another video soon. Nog steeds. Yeah, if you want to check out the website, you can see them over there. Forums are there as well. And yeah, these are the games that I've been trying. Actually, I own all these games. And yeah, I don't condone piracy, but it's fairly easy to get your games off a real PlayStation Portable to this, if you know what you're doing. And on the forums, there's a lot of information on how to do it. But yeah, Mark signing off, like I said, and I'll be back with another video soon.